By staying in this meeting, you consent to being in live stream. Yes, got it.
Shall I start? Aura e-magazine is here to make a change. Aura's vision is to expand its boundaries on the women's issues are limited on certain acceptable topics. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is your host Tahreem Khan. My foremost duty on the behalf of all the Aura team is to welcome you all in this graceful gathering. But before we further advance into the day, let's light up our hearts with Quran Tazkir. I request Sister Tashafi Aman for the same.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قالت الأعراب آمنا قل لم تؤمنوا ولكن قولوا أسلمنا ولما يدخل الإيمان في قلوبكم وإن تطيعوا الله ورسوله لا يلدكم من أعمالكم شيئا إن الله غفور رحيم إنما المؤمنون الذين آمنوا بالله ورسوله ثم لم يرتابوا وجاهدوا بأموالهم وأنفسهم في سبيل الله أولئك هم الصادقون قل أتعلمون الله بدينكم والله يعلم ما في السماوات وما في الأرض والله بكل شيء عليم. The Bedouins say, we believe. Say, you believe not, but you only we have surrendered in Islam, for faith has not yet entered your heart. But if you obey Allah and His Messenger, wasallam, He will not decrease anything in reward for your deeds. Verily, Allah is forgiving, most merciful. Only those are believers who have believed in Allah and His Messenger, and afterward doubt not but strive with their wealth and their lives for the cause of Allah. Those are the truthful. Say, will you inform Allah about your religion while Allah knows all that is in the heavens and all that is in the earth, and Allah is all aware of everything. Sadaqallahu al-Azim.
These words are witness of his glorification and oneness. Thank you, dear sister. That was indeed very beautiful and serene. As you all know, Aura e-magazine bringing best of its writings on your screen every month and giving the space to the voices that have been silenced. Today we gather here for monthly review for September issue whose cover story was dedicated to all unsung teachers of our country. But every program is incomplete without welcoming its guests. I request Fozia Akmal ma'am for welcome speech.
Thank you, Ramesa. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. And a very good afternoon to all. This is Fozia Akmal, and it is my absolute pleasure to welcome you all today in this Aura e-magazine review session organized by Aura Readers Madhya Pradesh, Aura Readers Club Madhya Pradesh. Today in this program, we have 8 eminent and distinguished speakers who are professionals from various fields. They have all joined us today to share their reviews and opinions about the Aura magazine's September issue, which is Teachers' Day special edition dedicated to the noble profession of teaching. I'm thankful to all the guest speakers for joining here today and giving your precious time for this program. Aura is Jamaat-e-Islami Hind's English monthly digital e-magazine that was started last year in March 2021. Alhamdulillah, it continues till today with your cooperation and support, and of course, its writers. As we all know that Aura magazine is mostly dedicated to womanhood and is characterized by the noble values of modesty, dignity. Its focal point basically is feminism. It is publishing original content on health, education, family system, religious beliefs, book reviews, poetry, debates on the current situation, etc. And the list goes on. You can visit the webpage, that is auramag.in, to read the articles online. Our eminent speakers will share their views, opinions, and reviews according to their expertise on the selected articles from the magazine's September issue, that was Teachers' Day Special Edition. The guest speakers that we have today with us are Ms. Deepa Das. She's State Technical Assistant Coordinator for Gender Responsive Budgeting. Ms. Anshika Mishra, who is a lecturer. Ms. Anam Asad Ali, also a teacher. Ms. Uzma Ali, Principal. Ms. Nosheen Fatima, Public Relation Officer. Ms. Manisha Srivastava, Teacher. Dr. Fezi Khan, MBBS. And last but not the least, Ms. Maryam Rahman, a software engineer. Once again, I would like to extend a very warm welcome to all the distinguished guest speakers, our editor-in-chief of the magazine, Ms. Rahmatun Nisa, and sub-editor, Ms. Shaima, and of course, our viewers. A big thank you to each and every one of you for being with us today. Now I would invite Tahreem to take over the proceedings. Over to you, Tahreem. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Let us now begin to hear reviews from our experts. I would like to invite our very first speaker, Deepa Das. She is State Technical Assistance Coordinator for Gender Responsive Budgeting. Deepa Das working on gender and health issues since past 22 years in Bhopal. She studied Masters in Social Work from Tata Institute of Social Sciences, Mumbai. It will be our pleasure to listen to your review, ma'am. Over to you.
Thanks for inviting me. Hello?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible. We can hear you.
Yes. Thanks for inviting me. Or which language should I use, English or Hindi?
English.
Achha. So the topic that I had got was on nutrition, as it was well written in short, like how nutrition affects the growth of children specifically. As this magazine is dedicated to the women's issues, and right now this session was on Teachers' Day. So after reading the entire article on nutrition, it gives data that how nutrition affects the growth of children specifically, and the National Family Health Survey data also states some positive changes, where there has been change in data related to nutrition, such as stunting and wasting data. Stunting and wasting data are related to how malnutrition affects, like height according to the height and age and weight. So if you see that stunting shows the intergeneration malnutrition. Like if your parents are malnourished, then the chances that the child would be malnourished is high. So the height of the child according to the age of the child also determines the malnutrition which is going through generations. So there are some points where we can pick up as like change makers in terms of teachers or activists or individuals as mothers also, like why in spite of lot of things, anemia, the blood level, the hemoglobin level doesn't change in a family. It all depends on the kind of things we eat, the kind of health system behaviors we have, the age of marriage, the choice of food we do. There are a lot of things that decide the hemoglobin level of individuals, specifically if we consider the hemoglobin level of women and girls. So in India, specifically, why there has not been any change of the hemoglobin level of women and girl child specifically is the gender-based discrimination that goes into a family, specifically in terms of eating habits, the timings of the eating, and the availability of resources. So it's a change that needs time and the work responsibility of women and men in family. Specifically, the work responsibility of men and women in families, whether it's a poor family or a rich family, it hasn't changed much. So, women are considered the only person who's responsible for cooking or getting resources, decision of food, timings of food, what kind of food to be taken. All these things decide the food intake in a family. And the food pattern also depends on the head of the family, which is generally male in the family. So, the decision taking of women, how she puts things forward in a family, is very necessary for such kind of changes. Secondly, the overburdening work responsibility of women, specifically household responsibility, force women to cook such things which are liked by the men of the family or which could be easily cooked rather than taking into nutrition facts. And so the child also develops such kind of eating habits depending on the decisions that are taken in the family. And changes that needs to be taken in terms of eating habits takes time. So the school plays an important role where we can facilitate some kind of changes in eating habits. So there has been models where schools specify some kind of fooding habits in terms of tiffins in the school, whereas there are sessions on the importance of various minerals and vitamins in the family. These are the role which we can play. And secondly, another important information which the article says is that there has been a lot of government programs, but some of the programs have not been so successful in terms of mitigating anemia because these kind of family changes becomes very difficult. The role of other stakeholders is very important because only government schemes cannot ensure such kind of changes. The family system changes through these kind of initiatives. So the related topic is that adolescence, when girls grow up specifically and go through a physical change of menstruation, and at the teens of age, there is a scientific theory that during that period of around 13, 14, 15, in our body, in the girls, specifically the women and girls body, hives are created, like beehives are created where iron deposits take place. But during growth of adolescence, if girls do not get that kind of nutrition at that time, these kind of hives where iron deposits take place do not they are not there, so the deposits become very difficult. So timely intervention is very necessary, specifically of growing girls. So these are the things where I feel that the article creates an awareness regarding anemia, and because of field realities, more things can be added, and the next editions can speak about all these issues in a detailed manner. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. That was indeed very informative. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
flashing light on eating habits, nutrition, and health of women.
Thank you.
A good teacher is like a candle. It consumes itself to light the way for others. I'm very pleased to announce I'm very pleased to invite our next speaker, Anshika Mishra. She did her MA in Hindi Literature from Kanpur University, UP. She is currently teaching at Yukti Academy for Civil Services. She also teaches the students of Social Science of class 9 to 12. Ma'am, I request you to share your review.
Thank you, ma'am. Hello.
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Okay. Very warm good afternoon to all the respected mentors and represented here. This is Anshika Mishra here. By profession, I am faculty at a Yukti Academy as a civil services, as well as I am a professionate and guiding in academic student like a class 9 to 12th. First of all, let's appreciate the efforts of the Aura E magazine. Aura E magazine is a women magazine which includes the high-colored issues like health, politics, literature, family, environment, religion, education, and gender, which increases our knowledge. I'm throwing the light on the article which was published on the 5th of September in our Aura E magazine. This is very special topic of Aura E magazine that we presented here today. The importance of mentors and teachers. The importance of mentors and teachers is not only from the today, but from the Vedic civilization, like the importance of mentors has also been told in a different literatures and religious texts. In this order, Goswami Tulsidas said in Ramcharitmanas, गुरु बिनु भव निधि तरई न कोई, कि गुरु के बिना कोई भी व्यक्ति भव से बेड़ा पार नहीं हो सकता है. गुरु के बिना कोई भी व्यक्ति अपने मार्ग पर प्रशस्त नहीं हो सकता है. तो हर किसी को अपने एक मोड़ पर आपको किसी ना किसी गुरु और मेंटर की आवश्यकता पड़ती है. In this order, कबीर दास जी said कि गुरु गोविंद दो खड़े काके लागो पाए और बलिहारी गुरु आपड़े गोविंद लियो बिठाए. इन्हीं शब्दों के साथ अगर हम बात करेंगे तो प्रॉफेट मोहम्मद साहब ने भी कहा है कि यदि इल्म की आपको प्राप्ति करनी है या ज्ञान की प्राप्ति करनी है तो आप चीन तक जाए. तो ज्ञान की महत्वता वैदिक धर्म से लेकर इस्लाम धर्म तक, बौद्ध धर्म से लेकर जैन धर्मों तक हमें देखने को मिलती है. अगर हम बात करें few days ago on the 5th of September, we celebrate the occasion of the Teachers' Day, which is a celebrated to welcome birth anniversary Dr. Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan ji, who was also the former second president of India and first vice president of India. The question comes here that why we celebrated Teachers' Day on the occasion of Dr. Radhakrishnan ji. So answers that his student and friends requested him to allow them to celebrate his birthday. But in reply, Dr. Radhakrishnan ji said that instead of celebration, my birthday separately, it would be privileged that the 5th of September is celebrated as a Teacher's Day. As a mentor, I greet and I bow down to Dr. Radhakrishnan ji because he gave us the gift that today's day should be celebrated as a Teacher's Day. And we are felt that the teaching given by us, the time given by us is so vital for our new generation. How special we are and the hard work is done by us. And written of the which we get the respect and the prestige as a mentor that my heart fills with gratitude. Sometimes we become rude. Sometimes we become rude to our student, but in returns, they take it positively and improve themselves. Then it feels great pleasure for me. There's a unique relation between the student and teachers, as good as a mutual understanding and coordination between the student and teachers. Then the result is seen as good as a required. So when a student gives any exam, then the teachers also gives exam. When a student could not succeed, then the teacher also could not succeed. But when the student wins, the teacher also will. So I'm having some question in my heart. I'm not rising question in youth instead today's youth is a developing a lot, but behind the development our culture, our civilization, and left behind the name of modernization and start copying the Western culture. It is concerning. As a teacher, we should throw the light on it. So nowadays, news comes where a child left his mother and father in an old age home where his mother passed away and he did not go even to see his mother. Disrespecting senior citizen and parents, looking forward to drugs, having the thousand of friends on social media, but keeping the distance from the family members, increasing crimes, which kinds of society we are making, which king of modernization is our, we are accepting. Being a teacher, all the questions made me shocked, and of course, this will also be shocking for all of you as a teacher and mentor. I respect it to all of you as a teacher and mentor that today we all the teachers should take oath, and we will not only give the teaching of textbook, but also we will connect the student to our civilization and our culture. So if we succeed in doing this, then no son will left his parents in old age home, and then no child will disrespect in our senior and parents. So if we get successful in doing this, then no alone mother will die in turn into the skeleton. No youth will destroy his future in situation of crime. So this country future's responsibilities is in our hands, and we have the shoulders of these responsibilities seriously. The future of this country has to be prepared with this much strength, and its foundation will have to be able to shake it. It is well said that teachers are not only those who teach how to measure the distance between the earth and moon, but also help the journey from the head to the heart. So इन्हीं पंक्तियों के साथ मैं आप सभी को धन्यवाद देना चाहूंगी। और एक शिक्षक एक राष्ट्र का निर्माता होता है, एक शिक्षक एक राष्ट्र का निर्माता होता है, क्योंकि जब एक शिक्षक किसी बालक या बालिका को पढ़ाता है, तो ना वो सिर्फ बालक और बालिका को पढ़ाता है, बल्कि अपने एक किसी समाज को पढ़ाता है, और वही समाज से मिलकर बनेगा आपका राष्ट्र, और राष्ट्र शिक्षित होगा। तो जब बालक शिक्षित हुआ तो परिवार शिक्षित हुआ, और परिवार के शिक्षित होने से हमारा समाज शिक्षित हुआ, और उसी समाज से हमारा बना है राष्ट्र। तो संपूर्ण हमारे राष्ट्र को शिक्षित करने में एक शिक्षक की बहुत महती भूमिका होती है। तो आइए हम आप सभी से रिक्वेस्ट करते हैं, और हम सभी अपने शिक्षक मिलकर राष्ट्र निर्माण में अपना मूल्य योगदान प्रदान करें। इन्हीं के साथ मैं अपनी वाणी को विराम देना चाहूंगी। धन्यवाद। थैंक यू सो मच।
Thank you so much, ma'am. What a beautiful line you said. When students give exam, teachers also gives exam. No man can reach his destination without a teacher. This was Anshika Mishra for you. Thank you so much. Now I would like to invite our next speaker, Uzma Ali. She did her MSc in mathematics and obtained her master's degree in comparative study of religion and civilization from Jamia Millia Islamia. She is NET qualified and B.Ed holder. She is currently principal of Seoni Public High School, Seoni. Ma'am, I'm eagerly waiting to listen to your review.
Assalamu alaikum everyone. The current issue, the September, which published on September 22, and I chose the topic, the current issue of teachers and situation, under the cover story published by the Sayyida Sadiqa Hussain. And the first thing that attracted me most, and other than the topic, is the beautiful picture attached with the article, in which a little girl writing on the board Happy Teachers Day, and with an emoji, smiley emoji. So a true teacher can understand, teacher can truly understand the emotion lies in this picture, because every year teachers receive that love and respect from their students. So a designer must be congratulated for recreating this beautiful phenomenon here. And as far the article is concerned, the author opens up her discussion by commemorating the contribution of Dr. Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan in the field of education. Later on, she frequently discussed the issues regarding what a teacher can do and what they are not doing, what are the hurdles they are facing, which I tried to review here. The content of the article can be divided into some categories: role of the teacher in shaping an individual vis-a-vis society, hurdles facing by the teachers and in fulfilling their responsibility, and the crisis of the sense of responsibility in teachers, and last, the solution. While discussing the role of teacher, the writers quoted Dr. Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan, quote, "The true teachers are those who help us think for ourselves." Then author mentioned some examples of a true teacher who inspire us even till today, like Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan, Tagore, Rabindranath Tagore, Chanakya, APJ Abdul Kalam, and Savitri Bai Phule, etc. The common quality which the author highlighted, which is being possessed by those teachers, is the passion for teaching, and which is missing somewhere in the teachers today. In the current scenario of the country, when fake news is projected and the very is projected as the very truth, and the writer finds the need of a responsible teacher more than ever. So she quotes Robert Frost, and I am not a teacher, I am but an awakener. So there are lots of things which covered in this article, and she also highlighted, discussed the issues about the corruption in the recruitment of the teaching system, and the salary, uncertain future, low salary of the teachers. And after COVID challenges faced by the teacher, as the chalk and talk learning shifted to the digital lab. So in the concluding part, she comes up with some examples of teachers who go beyond their professional duties, and with the sense of responsibility and sense of contributing, they put their extra efforts in the teaching to their students, to teach their students. She sees these examples as a ray of hope. Although the article is not well articulated and well structured, but surely that author has lots of things in her mind which need to be tackled very well. And moreover, I want to include something in this. The most of the schools, as we see in today's scenario, there is a competition, the most of the school pushing themselves to install the CCTV cameras in the classrooms. In this way, each and every individual activities of a teacher are being watched by the management and parents. So teachers are not given the unrestricted approach to create and to implement new ideas, and the pressure of doing mistakes scare them a lot. So we should not forget that human beings are fallible, and if we are expecting something new from the teachers, something new and creative ideas from the teacher, we must they must be given space. As we talk about the magazine as a whole, I would like to congratulate the Aura staff for making this magazine beautiful and very attractive and worthy for covering many topics from different areas of interest. As the name suggests, it should not be a representation of limited section of women. It should be there must be a representation of different classes of women. And I also would like to suggest a regular column in this magazine that would promote teaching that which are common among different faiths. And at the last, I would like to thank the Aura staff to invite me here to give my review. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much. Teachers must be given space for implementing creative ideas. Thank you for your appreciation and suggestion, ma'am. Now, I would like to invite our next speaker, Nosheen Fatima Khan. She is postgraduate in Science and Technology, Journalism and Communication. She worked with several media houses like Aaj Tak, Free Press Journal, etc. Currently, she is working as proofreader at Al Hidayah Quran Academy. All ears to your review. Over to you, ma'am.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ربي اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Dear listeners, myself Nosheen Fatima Khan, and I am currently working with Al Hidayah Quran Academy. I am happy to join with you today. Here, I am going to review the story shared by the author. Hello, am I audible?
एक मैगजीन का रिव्यू
Yes,
करना
ma'am,
है
you are audible.
तो
Yes, ma'am, you are audible. I request everyone to please mute your mics.
Thank you. Here, I am going to review the story shared by the author Ahmad Anzar, published in the September 22 issue of the Aura magazine. Title is Deeds, Rewards versus Punishment. In the form of a story, author wants to remind us about the importance of small good deeds we can do in our daily life, and also avoiding sins we usually consider small, but they have a power to destroy us here and in the hereafter. He did it in a beautiful way by putting an element of emotion and connection, as he has told the story in a form of a loving conversation between a mother and her son. Every mother wants her child to be successful in both the worlds and so gives several lessons to them in day-to-day life. The story begins when Mother Amna found her child Ahmad lost in deep thoughts. She bothered quickly and tried to understand what he is worried about. After knowing that her child is getting curious about the concept of reward and punishments of his deeds, the mother tried to resolve his worries and simplified it by telling the Quranic ayats and hadiths. She explained the importance by using the most authentic source for all of us, that is Qurani Hakim. During the explanation, firstly, the author quoted ayat number 6, 7, and 8 from Surah Zilzal. On that day, people will proceed in separate groups to be shown the consequences of their deeds. Whoever does an atom's weight of good will see it, and whoever does an atom's weight of evil will see it. The mother said, "So, my dear son, an atom's weight of good deeds is also very important." By telling two more hadiths, she further emphasized, our Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, "Do not disdain a good deed, no matter how small it may seem, even if it is your meeting with your brother with a cheerful face." Sahih Muslim. Amina continued in the story, likewise, telling a good thing is a virtue. Removing a stone or harmful thing from road is also charity. And helping someone with the luggage is also a virtue. As we see in a hadith where Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu reported that the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, every joint of a person must perform a charity each day that the sun rises. To judge justly between two people is a charity. To help a man with his mount, lifting him onto it or hoisting up his belongings onto it is a charity. And the good word is a charity, and every step that you take towards the prayer is a charity. And removing a harmful object from the road is a charity. Bukhari and Muslim. The essence of the story is the beautiful way of Mother Amna, who gave her child an action plan by telling him the importance of tiny deeds, which he can do very easily keeping in mind that he may not feel burdened at once. She did it at the very right time, when his sensitivity is on the peak about his deeds and their outcomes. What a beautiful lesson for mothers here, that you should use easy as well as authentic ways to motivate your children instead of giving them huge, lengthy, and complicated tasks. Also, try to avoid unnecessary details on initial stages, like the author did, by not telling the forms of rewards and punishments here. Wallahu alam, of the key concept of making us aware about the reward and punishment is mainly for motivating us. The thought, the thought of reward and punishment give us energy to do something that is good and train our minds to love what is good and to hate what is bad. Well, Allah does not need to set up all this process when He can bless us with millions and billions of things for free in our life of this dunya. Subhanallah, He can also directly bless us with the total reward that is Jannah in the hereafter. No doubt He is Al-Qadir on everything He the Almighty wants to do. But He is Al-Alim too. He already knew the nature of His creations. The fact is that if we get something, even a diamond, without perceiving for it, we will never value it the way we should. We mostly enjoy and value the things we have earned by putting lots and lots of efforts and time. A factor of fear and greed is also required to keep us motivated. The story is full of wonderful lessons and points to remember. Verily, reminder benefits the believers. The story is full of wonder. Thanks to the I will thank to the author for sharing such a nice piece of his work. Thanks to the Aura team for publishing it and inviting me for its review. Jazakallahu khairan kathira for listening. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Thank you for your appreciative words. Tell the importance of little deeds to your children. That was Nosheen Fatima Khan for you. Next, let me invite our next speaker, Manisha Srivastava. She is presently government high school teacher in Gwaria at Chhindwara district. She is working as higher secondary teacher since 2007. She has more than 10 years of experience in promoting education and teaching methodologies. Her achievement knows no boundaries. Some of them include her participation as master trainer in Empower projects, in All India Network of English Teacher, and she also contributed her participation in National Secondary Education Campaign. We will be honored to listen to your review, ma'am.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
I'm Manisha Srivastava, and thanks for calling me for review of this magazine. When I came to know that there is a magazine for women, am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Okay. When I came to know that there is a magazine for women, that is Aura, initially the name attracted me as it has a vast meaning in itself. An aura is a quality or feeling that seems to surround a person or place or come from them. In parapsychology, aura is an invisible emanation produced by and surrounding a person or object alleged to be discernible by individuals of supernormal sensibility. The magazine covers a vivid field of human life. Particularly, I am talking about the issue published in the month of September 2022. The e-magazine of September is a special issue on the occasion of Teachers' Day. Being a teacher, I was just naturally attracted to the essays and articles on the topic, related to the teachers. Here in the article, we find qualities of a good teacher, such as a teacher should perform smart work. A teacher should
where S is as a systematic and M as measurable, A as achievable, and R as realistic, and T as time bound. Some other things that a good teacher should follow are that the sound of the teacher should be maintained as per class size. The transferring of knowledge should be impressive and effective. Presentation of the teacher in class should be with expression and variation. He should teach or facilitate the knowledge of the student with gesture and having eye contact with them. Preparation of the subject matter and content should be done beforehand. Teaching should be done in two ways. Student should take active participation in the class. The very key word for the teacher is walk, chalk, and talk. And this must be the procedure of teachers teaching in the classroom. As per the magazine Aura concerns, every ingredient of the magazine is covered in it. There are articles, stories, health and nutrition, children corners, religion, life lessons, current topics, etc. The video of conversation in the section of face to face is also very effective and motivates us to do better in life. I appreciate freedom from illiteracy. Each one teach 10 campaign covered in one of the article in the magazine to enhance literary subject literacy of the country. Being a citizen of the country, each and every citizen has a responsibility to create awareness among the people. The woman education and campaign to achieve the Vision 2026 project. It is really a remarkable program mentioned in the article under the category of Literacy Day that is written by Aura staff. Another article in the category of Teachers Special that is written by Dr. Sabha Taj also attracted my attention, where she says that teaching is the process of dealing with human minds, and each human mind receives, decodes, understands, applies, and analyzes information in different ways, where she also talks about the multiple intelligence in the classroom beyond the conventional view. Here, the theory of Gardner is also presented, where it is mentioned that the evolution process must give equal attention to the individual. So, the other aspect of intelligence, such as what is found among artists, architects, musicians, na- naturalists, designers, dancers, therapists, entrepreneurs, etc., can flourish. The magazine also covers the conversation of educationist Farah Masood, interviewed by Sana Fareen. In the conversation of about 40 minutes, she shares her experiences as a teacher and administrator over the decades. The reading and the audio video material of the magazine is remarkable and appreciable. In the qualities of a good teacher, written by Shazin Marvi, I liked the issue raised about peer pressure, where he says that today students not only have to cope with academic and peer pressure, but also have to deal with unrealistic parental expectation that leads them to heavy stress and burden. The book reviews of the righteous mind and their triple talaq matter all from political views. And another article is another book review, that is Unwell Women. Nushin Musa Hamza, she highlights the social evil like racial discrimination, and as well as she also emphasizes on the fact that women lives changed considerably only when women take charge of themselves. We find a very remarkable life sketch
Ma'am, your
of
voice
Bedi
is breaking.
Kamble, who, moreover, Reshma asks that gives the answer of students' question through dialogue is also chart where he says that good deeds are rewarded and the bad ones are punished in afterlife. In Women's Have, Advocate Sumaya Roshan said, we will not, our intention is to give voice to all those who are oppressed. Justice Denied covers the realistic situation of await of the lady is very appealing for safeguarding our daughters. I would like to say that every book is reachable as it has all the solemn issue of life. In the magazine, also be introduced. It's my suggestion only. Another suggestion is that it should be printed and translated in other languages so other readers can get. And overall, the thing is that I enjoyed the reading of Aura. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to convey my thoughts to the Aura members. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Your suggestions are very valuable to us. A teacher should perform a smart work. This was Manisha Srivastava for you. Now, I would like to invite our next speaker, Fezi Khan. She is doing her MBBS and serving as an intern at JK Hospital, Bhopal. I request you, ma'am, to share your review.
Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum and a very good afternoon, everyone. This is Dr. Fezi Khan. The speakers preceding me have quite thoroughly described and reviewed the magazine already. So I'm going to keep my review short. First of all, I would like to thank Jamaat Islami Ladies Wing Chandwada who presented me with this opportunity. Also, a big congratulations and lots of appreciation to the minds behind the magazine Aura. In this world dominated with internet and phones, Aura is a beautiful attempt to gain knowledge of the crucial events around us, simultaneously getting to know the efforts done by the common people for the betterment of our community. Now, I have been asked to review the Aura magazine. It is quite difficult to review something so apt. So I might try concising the major contents of the magazine and what it is trying to tell us. So the magazine was published in the starting of this month. And being a former student, I always used to be excited about September beginning. September begins with the celebration of teachers and their efforts, and so is the magazine. The magazine begins with Miss Sadika Hussein's article on Teachers' Day. As I was going through this article, a line from it hit me, and I quote, "Teaching is one of the deepest spiritual practice. But obviously, as well put by the writer, the experience and result of this practice is subjective. Some teachers might be in it for the money, and some might be in it to change someone's life." Miss Sadika also accurately paints a picture of how commercialized the educational institution have become. The recruitment is flawed and manipulated by those in power. So the percentage of teachers really trying to righteously guide the students have been declining. And with the growing technology being And with the growing technology, Google being the guru, some might underestimate the role of a teacher. However, here I would like to quote an excerpt from the article. Bill Gates once said, technology is just a tool in terms of getting the kids to work together and motivating them. Here I am remembering once a senior of mine told me, दिया और बाती तो है, तुम घी नहीं डालोगे तो रोशनी कैसे होगी? Miss Sadika concluded her article on a very optimistic note by mentioning a Delhi-based edtech startup, the Gurukul. Moving forward, being a doctor, another article caught my eyes was an article by nutritionist Dr. Aisha. And it's my humble request to the founders and editors of the magazine to always add a column for the health, especially for mental health, that is often being neglected. Another article on topic is LGBTQ is something that most people are generally hesitant to address. But addressing it here gave a platform to state the facts and give religious and scientific data to the reader. The magazine speaks of issues like peace and war, women empowerment that directly interests the reader, especially the youths. So to conclude the review, the magazine is a well-written collection of articles based on facts and in future can play a major role to impact our community. It has been an absolute pleasure to read and review this piece. Jazakallah.
Jazakallah khair. It's absolute pleasure for us to listen you. Now, I request our speaker, Maryam Rahman. She did her BE in Electronics and Communication. She has 7 years of experience in Tata Consultancy Services as a software engineer. Currently, she is working as a high school teacher in school and she decided to make a positive change in the society. Ma'am, please share your review.
Assalamu alaikum, everybody. First of all, I would like, am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Okay. First of all, I would like to thank Aura for inviting me, Aura staff for inviting me to give the reviews. And being a teacher and actually my experience is in software, but I have I have taken a decision in my life that I want to be a teacher so that I can help the society. So, especially after having kids or even before when my baby was in my tummy, I was researching lots and lots of books and reading lots of lectures. Watching lots of lectures of the scholars about educating children, imparting education to children. Because as a student, I've been a good student, so my experience in school was good. But I know my friends, they used to hate going to schools. And since I read lots of things, I got confused. And then after reading lots of things, I've jotted down few points so that I can tell you, because it's a very, very big issue, problem actually in our society today. And when I read the article, actually, it is a very well written article. Actually, they have looked into the problem from the various dimensions, like commercialization, we all know. And then teachers have no passion for teaching. If they don't get any job, they just want to be a teacher because there are lots of school which doesn't require any basic requirement from a teacher. I mean, if you are even if you're a 12th pass, you can just come and you are having a BSc degree, or you don't have anything, you don't have any expertise in the subject, you can just teach, because in that case, they can pay you low and then it serves both ways. But as a mother, I wanted that currently, if I want to send my child to a school, or I want to solve this problem currently, I cannot change the government policies or recruitment policies actually exactly now. I have to send my 7-year-old or a 3-year-old to a school after some time. So after reading lots of books, one book which I read from actually John Taylor Gatto. He has like about 3 decades of teaching experience in New York schools. And whatever he describes, we can just feel the same thing in our schools. Since I have passion for teaching, so I prepare a lot before I go in a class and teach students, so they are interested. But still, after taking a lecture, I felt still there were some students which were not interested actually. So I thought, I'm putting so much effort, I'm researching the material. So still I was confused. And then again I read, and then I got this book. And the 6 points which he's mentioned is what this, he's questioning the organization of compulsory schooling itself, actually. So he said, what he said in his book is, first of all, these schools, they don't give a real life answers to the needs of the students. You know, they are being taught what it is. They are not taught what it could be. Means, for example, a student comes in a school, they are taught, okay, this is this, this is that, this is how it works, but they don't relate to it. They don't relate to the real life problems which they are facing at their age. So they don't get a connect between a student, between a teacher and them, and then they get bored. Maybe there are few students who can listen to them, but not all students are same. So what he says, the bulk school means the school which we have lots of students in the same class, it teaches like children don't learn. It teaches in a way in which children don't learn. It is not supposed to teach self-direction at all. The natural way of learning a child is that they learn by themselves, looking at things and getting the lots of connections in their mind. Their subconscious mind develops, and then because of, on the basis of that, they make decisions in their life. So, and then the sluggishness we see in our classes, and even I have seen, even after delivering good lectures where like 50% of them enjoyed, sometimes 70% have enjoyed, but still there are few students which don't enjoy. So he said, the schools have adjustive or adaptive function, means we teach in school to they develop habits, fixed habit of reaction to authority. He says the first point in school, the bulk schooling, is they say fixed habit of reaction to authority, means even if you like or not, if the authority said, you have to say, okay, this is right. In school, the teacher is always right. Even if you know, even if you know she is wrong, she is right. And then integrating function, conformity function, he says, develops like my unity in thoughts. And what they want is, in this point, he mentions that they want to develop kids to give a safe level of general answers, so that they come out. They, for example, what he's saying is, the school is providing the industries, the kind of labors they want, the people who can work for them. So if the students are mediocre and they can give general answers, they can easily take the statistical data and then work on them. And the student, if it's like start questioning and all, they don't want, like politicians don't want intelligent people, or people who are like a whistleblower. They don't want people because they cannot alter their minds. This is what this bulk schooling does. The diagnostic and directive function, which is they label the students or children with a grade or a marks. Okay, these are like top 5 students, they are like the bright students. And the students which are like the 70% of students are not top 5. And then they feel that they are lower than themselves. But this is like you are putting your kid to a class where he's being judged on the basis of what he doesn't have. Means all students have different capabilities. Maybe some students fit in this system and they perform very well, but there's some students who does not. But then what he's getting the feeling that I'm not good. And then differentiating function, they divide and conquer. For example, they have like high ranking students and then low ranking students. So if you mark this much, then you can get this privileges. If you get this. So they, instead of unity, they are making a hierarchical structure there. And so the low one knows that if we are not good at schooling grades, we have to be a follower. Means we have to follow the one who's getting the good grades. Even if maybe he's good at business, he's not good at anything which is taught in school. But still he's being taught in his subconscious mind. He's getting, because he's a very small kid, he is listening again and again, no, you are not doing well. And then we have selective functions. And then he says, similarly, he has a propedeutic function. And all he says is, maybe we blame teachers that they are not passionate. But why are we not blaming the system? Maybe the system is like that. Even if the teacher is wanting to deliver the good things, she cannot. Because as the article mentions very well, the pressure of the curriculum, you have to finish it up in 35 minutes, this much lectures, this. Even if I want to give, as I teach physics, I want to deliver, I mean, show the experiments, I cannot show.
So,
I cannot
sorry
show
for
that.
interrupting.
No, I'm sorry.
Just 1 minute left. You can conclude in 1 minute.
Yeah. And then, and one thing which I think the main article, the main problem of this was, we are a personality-centered society instead of the character-based society. So this character-based society can be developed if the mothers take the responsibility. We should be in the driving seat and deliver those ethics to the students. You know, if we can start even homeschooling, you can be the best teacher for your kids. And if you are not capable of doing homeschooling, at least as per Jordan Peterson, who says we should equip the students the tools so that they can articulate their own viewpoints to the responses of the teachers. If the teacher is not good, then they should know they are not affected by them, but they should know, they should have the tools so that they can express their views to the teacher. This is not right, this is not wrong. They should not be suppressed in the institution if at all we choose that they should go. And very important, which today's mothers are neglecting, is they're sending their very small kids to the school. You should take the responsibility at a very delicate age when they're very, very small, so that they have the ability to gel up in the schools when they go, where they should know the basic ethics of disciplines and all, so that they can gel up in the school if they go.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
So
thank you, ma'am. Character-based society can be developed.
Yeah, and this, I think the main thing regarding this is the mother should take hold of their responsibility and can homeschool their kids, tell them to take risks, develop character instead of just spoon feeding them, so that they become a stronger community members. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. That was extremely very helpful and extremely informative. We are privileged to have you all amongst us. Now I request Rahmatun ma'am, Chief Editor, Aura e-Magazine, for Presidential Address.
Thank you so much, Rahman, the anchor of the day, and mashallah, you have very well controlled the proceedings of the day, and we are very grateful to you, and also we are grateful to the Readers Club of Aura, Madhya Pradesh, especially Sister Rafia, and all other responsible personalities and organizers of Madhya Pradesh, and especially all the speakers, all the reviewers, starting from Deepa, Anshika, Mishra, Uzma Ali, Naushin, Sister Naushin, and Sister Manisha, Srivastava, Dr. Fezi, and Sister Maryam, Rahman. All of you have contributed a lot, and definitely this will have an impact in the coming issues of Aura. Actually, the main objective of this type of Readers Club review programs is to listen to what our readers feel about what we are producing, and where we could improve and where we can make better. See, always excellence is and it needs a lot of review and assessment, evaluation, and we need to listen to people, and which is nowadays lacking in every industry, like especially the media industry. People just put forward their monkey bath, and no one is ready to listen to what others want to tell or what others require. So, but at the same time, it is our declared policy and objective that we need to do what is useful for our readers and what is useful for our society. That is why we keep these kind of review programs, and I'm really very, very thankful to all of you. You have, given very good suggestions, and your feedback is good, and we value them so much, and definitely we will try to implement them. When it comes to a little more regarding the magazine, as you all know, this has been published from a Muslim women's platform, and Muslim women are behind this magazine, but it doesn't mean that this magazine is only for Muslim women or Muslim community at large. This magazine, it has a written policy and objective, and in which it is clearly mentioned that it has to be inclusive of every woman and everyone in the society, especially those oppressed and suppressed voices. And the magazine has to give space. And the magazine always welcomes articles or contribution from everyone, from every religion or every ideology, every aspect, every area of expertise, and we try to give them space in the magazine. Definitely, we need to widen, we need to stretch out. Initially, there is always the doubts and aspirations whether they will accept it or whether it will be published. But if you analyze right from, it has been our 18th issue that you have, which the September 2022 issue, which we have reviewed today. And if you analyze the magazine right from the beginning, you might be able to understand that we are trying to include and we are trying to uphold the values which are useful for everyone, and also the general topic, topics which are useful, like we have science, we have health, we have also social and political issues which need to be analyzed and which need to be brought forth and highlighted. And regarding women, usually people think that sometimes people say that feminism, it is not the feminism as we understand or as people project that the magazine has its declared policy. The magazine tries to bring out the real feminine strength and try to enrich the real feminine strength and support the real feminine strength. So the real feminine strength is something different from what different schools of thoughts, even among the feminists, there are different schools of thought and different, it is even evaluating, and what we were seeing in the 19th century, that feminism is not what today people are talking about or advocating for. So that is not what we are talking about. We are talking about the real feminine strength, which we can see, we can observe right from the beginning of humankind, right from maybe we can say Adam and Hawa till today. Basically, women have a real basic underlying feminine strength, which used to get subdued or which used to get not valued, and we go for imitating, and we try to be like men. That is not what the feminism that the magazine is advocating. It is a real feminine strength that the magazine wants to support and wants to bring up. That is one thing which I wanted to make it very clear. And the importance of the last month's cover story, many of you have already evaluated. So every month we select very carefully, after very careful discussion, after much study and discussion, we select the main theme or the cover story of each month. And we focus on those stories and those aspects of those areas which are useful for our society. See, for example, teachers, as you all know, I think one of our reviewers, Sister Anshika Mishra has said that the role of a teacher is to help the journey from the head to the heart. That is what is lacking in our society. We become so much, technical. we forget about, what is really, as human beings, what we really need. What is the main objective of our lives? What are the values that we need to incorporate into the profession, and also so that it will impact, it will affect. We say, teachers affect eternity. So that it will have an effect on eternity. So that is what we focused on. Anyway, really very, very thankful to all of you. Keep supporting Aura. If any one of you are good at writing, you can always contribute. I welcome all of you, and also your feedback, your criticism. You can mercilessly criticize. We take it in the positive sense, because what we want at the end of the day is excellence, and what is really the best magazine, the best issues have to come out, so that it will be useful for all of us. And once again, I take this opportunity to appreciate all those who have already contributed, especially in the month that we are reviewing. We have reviewed the month of September, all our writers. And I need to mention especially here that all our writers, all our contributors, they are doing it for no, personal reward. They don't take money or anything for that. They do it as a mission, or as a, as supporting a cause. So this is really something which is to be appreciated, and I pray to the Almighty that the Almighty accept this as a good deed from them and reward them. And we have writers, we have people who work in social media, those who promote the magazine in the social media, and everyone contributes in their own way, utilizing their skills, especially young girls. We have many young girls contributing, and the number is growing, people who support and contribute. And I expect that in the coming months from Madhya Pradesh, we will be getting more support. And one more thing, I request all of you to forward the magazine, the link. It is open to all and it is free to all. You please forward to more number of people, so that let everyone get benefits. There is a lot of effort which goes into making this magazine, this kind of a magazine. It's not an easy task, but at the same time, if it goes to more number of people, we are very happy, and it is more rewarding for all of us. And whoever supports in promoting and sharing it to more number of people, and I'm sure they will also get the reward in the long run and the satisfaction. And thank you so much. I request all of you to read all the articles and keep in touch with Team Aura and the Aura family. I welcome all of you to the Aura family. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. May Almighty bless everyone contributing in it. At last but not the least, let me invite Sister Shaima, Sub-Auditor, Aura, for a vote of thanks.
Greetings, everybody. Good evening, and thank you so much, all of you. I would like to begin by thanking the organizers of this program. Everybody who put the program together, invited the speakers, and ensured that it was made possible. In addition, I would like to thank the moderator and the other participants from Aura Readers Club, Madhya Pradesh, who ensured that this is a well-rounded program. And of course, my most heartfelt gratitude, as always, is to the reviewers. I am the sub-editor of the magazine, and so the articles are familiar to me, well familiar to me. But even now, when every month I sit down and I listen to the program and I listen to the reviewers, it gives me a lot of motivation to ensure that the articles are of a certain standard, to add diversity to it. And so the entire Aura team also takes these comments, takes these reviews, and they try to incorporate it in the future magazine. So whenever we have our meetings, we have our discussions, we connect and say that but a reviewer in this meeting suggested that we can do this. So we try to keep it a continual process. So that was the reason, that was the plan behind this kind of a monthly program. And it also gives all of us a chance to see the magazine through your eyes, because when you are putting the magazine together, in the middle of that sort of work, you don't see it from another person's perspective. You get very involved in the micro details. So when you step back 10-15 days later and you hear the magazine being reviewed, it is of a lot of value for us. So to all the speakers who put their time out and on this weekend and offered their comments, I would like to extend my gratitude to you. And as our chief editor said, that Aura is a unique experiment, that it is a team that is made up of Muslim women, and which is a very, perhaps a very unique thing in Indian media, where Muslim women are heading any. I think it would be very hard to find any team that even has a majority of Muslim women, let alone a team that is led by Muslim women. But we have always tried our very best to ensure that the magazine does not have a narrow or limited perspective, because being created or being put together by a certain group of people does not mean that the magazine is for only a certain group of people. We have writers, across faiths, regions. We like to translate a lot of articles from different places. We have men who write for us, men who read, who review. So the second purpose behind this kind of review meeting is also to ensure that that kind of broad vision is maintained. So keeping all those things in mind, I would like to thank all of you, and thank you Rahim, for moderating the program so well. And I hope that, like our chief editor said, that from you reviewers you can also contribute to our magazine freely, and send in your articles in the future. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Shaima. Special thanks to our patient viewers. With this, let's wrap it up. Thank you everyone for joining.